video, and the thing I wanted to talk about mostly is that prepping is a burden. But it is, you know, there's lots of burdens in our life. I mean, good grief, childbirth is a burden. You know, but what are you going to do? I mean, the kid can't stay in there forever. So, you know, child rearing is a burden. But you know what? We can't just walk away and leave them somewhere and just say, I'm not doing this, and walk away. You have a responsibility. And you have a responsibility to yourself, and you have a responsibility to your family. And yes, it's a burden. But it's a rewarding burden, because there's always something to show for it in the end. And it's very much worth it. And I really believe that. You know, when you decide to become a prepper, you are going to make some choices. And the choices are, all choices have consequences, whether they're good consequences or bad consequences. And if you choose to be a prepper, there's many consequences. Number one, your house is never going to be the way that it was before. And I'm not trying to discourage anybody. I'm trying to encourage you, but also encourage you in a way that's realistic. Your house is never going to be a neat, pristine, perfectly organized place very often. It's going to be a lot of shuffling things around and a lot of organizing, and it has to take you put a lot of thought into it. And you know, I can tell you in the last 6 months, I am right now on my 3rd time of reorganizing my preps, my food preps, just my food preps. My other preps I've had to do twice. And I switched rooms. I switched my food room with another room, and now my prep room is actually 12-foot by 14-foot room. And then I have a walk-in closet off of the downstairs bathroom, a large walk-in closet that is another prep room, and then I have my laundry room, which is another prep room. And I'm going to walk you around another video and show you that. But you know, there's a lot of work involved. There's, you know, you need to make lists. You need to keep track of, you know, making sure you're rotating it. Don't buy, for a beginning prepper, don't go out and buy a whole bunch of beans and rice. I mean, yeah, buy some, but don't go out and buy, you know, 45-gallon buckets of beans and rice. What you need to do with your prepping is you need to start, first of all, incorporating it into your diet. And you need to be using your preps. You need to be using your food storage. Your food storage should be something that you eat out of every single day. It should just be part of your life. And I'm not Mormon, but I learned this from the Mormon food storage philosophy, I guess, or from their, you know, a lot of the women that do food storage, that in order to rotate it and to keep it fresh and to keep it a constant part of your diet, you need to use it. Just packing it away and throwing it and forgetting about it, that's for very advanced preppers. And you know, I have like doing the wheat and the rice, the beans. Yes, you should have several 5-gallon buckets of each one of those. I mean, that's a must. But not tons of it. You know, you need to start out with the regular foods that you eat on a regular basis. And I'm going to actually go through my pantry and give you my recipe on how you should organize it, my thoughts on how you should organize it, and at least to help you, especially if you're a beginning prepper, to be organized and to make sure that you're using your food storage. Because, you know, I hear a lot of people who have the argument about food storage that, you know, all this food has an expiration date, and, you know, I don't want to buy food that's going to expire right away. And, or, you know, I'm just gonna buy it, it's gonna sit in my cupboard and expire. That's not how you should do it. What you need to do is you need to buy it and use it, and then rotate it. Back to, you know, prepping being a burden. Start out with 3 months. It's a reward. It's a burden that's rewarding, and it's insurance. You know, when you pay for your life insurance premium or your health insurance premium every month, that is a burden because you have to shell that money out of your pocket. But you know what about that money? You don't ever use that money. You know, that money rarely, I mean, unless you're really accident prone. You know, your life insurance you only use once. So, you know, you're shelling out that money and there's really nothing to show for it. And so, at least while you're alive. But when you do your preps, there's something to show for it and you're using it. And there's such a peace of mind at knowing that if Congress decides that your family and your husband's job isn't important enough to get paid, like what happened to us last March, and almost happened to us again in August, if they decide that you're not worth your paycheck and you don't get your paycheck, you're still going to eat. You're still going to have the things that you need. You're still going to have toilet paper. Life will still go on. You know, no, you won't be able to pay your credit card payments, or, you know, hopefully you don't have a lot of that. And you won't be able to, you know, you might not have the money to pay your mortgage, but you're still going to be able to survive. So, you know, it's a very, very rewarding burden. Anyway, I won't talk too much more about this. I'm going to take you next into my prep room and show you some things about my preps. So, we'll be back.